Okay, so the presynaptic neuron releases the neurotransmitter and diffuses across the synapse. Good job, buddy. Yeah. The neurotransmitter binds to the receptors on the postsynaptic cell, which is going to open up ligand-gated channels, which are going to be here, these, which is going to allow sodium to enter into the neuron here. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Here, I'll give you your own. Hold it back up for a second. These channels are located here on the dendrites, which is where the receptors are. So that's right here. So resting membrane potential inside of the neuron is going to be negative 70 millivolts. So whenever hey, I need you to hold this. You're not doing good. I need you to hold this. Hold it. Yep, good job. So, when the sodium goes into the neuron, when it flows into the neuron through the channels, hey, it's okay. It's going to depolarize the membrane because it is positive going into positive, so it is depolarizing. A graded response is basically if you give more, you get more. So the more channels that open, the more sodium that can go in, or the more. No, I need that one. I need you to hold this one. Okay, you hold this one. Yep. So the graded response is basically you give more, you get more, unlike an all or nothing response. Different neurotransmitters can open up different channels and allow different ions to go in. So if chloride was to go in, it would hyperpolarize. It would hyperpolarize the neuron. Are you done holding it for me? You are? Okay, thanks. So as the sodium is going into the membrane, or is going into the neuron, and depolarizing the membrane, it's going to eventually reach negative 55 millivolts, and that is considered threshold. And so once threshold is met is when an action potential is going to be released. And so once the action potential is released, after threshold is met, voltage gated channels are going to open up, which are going to be located on the axon hillock. Hey, back up, dude. Are going to be located on the axon hillock. So the action potential is propagated down the axon through the channels. So if you go in the next drawing here, so you can take that one. Thank you. So as it's moving down, the sodium's going in, and it goes in groups kind of. So this one fills up, and so it moves to the next one, and then this one will fill up, and then it'll move down to the next one, all until each part of it gets to negative 55 millivolts, and threshold is reached, and action potential is essentially triggered. So sodium is going to continue to move into the neuron until you get to positive 30 millivolts. What, buddy? I know. So, which is also here. So you get to when you're at negative 70, yeah, you're doing a great job. So negative 70, and you get to your threshold, and then sodium's going to keep coming in, which is going to take you all the way up to positive 30. Now, in order to get back down to resting, to repolarize, the potassium channels are going to open up, but they're going to open up much slower than the sodium channels. So as those are opening up slower, that is coming out as sodium is coming in, helping repolarize the membrane. So what are you doing? So as potassium is leaving, it's going to continue to leave as everything moves down, and it will eventually come back down to negative 90 millivolts, which is going to be hyperpolarized. So the membrane potential is farther from the resting. So that is when the sodium and potassium pumps, which are these guys here are going to come back in and they're going to come back in and pump the potassium, or pump the sodium back out. The sodium potassium pumps are going to work to basically put everything back where it's supposed to be to get it back to resting. I know. So I lost my spot. So okay, so when after this, the pumps kick in, so sodium potassium pumps kick in, and another action potential is going to open once it's reached. The action potential is going to open the channels at the terminal end, and those are ligand gated channels. And then calcium is going to enter the synaptic end bulbs, and that is going to release your neurotransmitter, which is going to be here, this is what's going to release your neurotransmitter into, whatever motor unit it is going to go into. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Good job. Thanks for your help.